Good morning, everybody. Walter Badgeron here. Look, if you're trying to grow your business in massive ways, go on over to drivingforcemastermind.com and take a quick phone call with us. One of our master business growth strategists can get in touch with you and go over some great strategies for growing your business, no matter what size your business is. Today, I really want to talk about why massive growth, why grow your business quickly, why does it even matter to you? I mean, why can't people just be satisfied with their business growing like they are? I was reminded of this past week. I need some work done in my one of my homes needs some dirt work done. There's some low spots in it. The water settles, and so I'm having some contractors come out. When the rain lets up, having some contractors come out and do some work in our backyard of one of our properties in Louisiana, and the process of trying to find someone, a company, a vendor, and some entrepreneur out there that is running a business, trying to find one of them to actually operate in a professional manner has got to be one of the most frustrating things. And I've gone through this many times. Anytime I want any kind of work done, contacting a contractor has been some of the most frustrating times I've ever spent, because these guys, maybe not everyone, but seems like the ones I'm contacting seem to be just terrible at every single part of their business. From the very first time we contact them, all the way through even delivery in some cases. This week, the experience has been just in contacting them. So going online, of course, that's where I usually start. I've had to use a few contractors over the years, but I want to start fresh. So went to the big search engines and got a ton of names. I think I have 14 or 15 names of contractors that say online and on their website that they can do these things, that they can do dirt work and tractor work, all this stuff that I want done, and that they can do landscaping afterwards, and they can take care of the whole job. And so the process began to start calling these guys, and I started Monday, and it's a few days after that, and I still have not yet to actually have anyone respond in any kind of way that's worthwhile. We've had I've had the phone calls have been probably the most entertaining I've had. So I will call them and knowing, you know your area, you can kind of tell when a phone number is a cell phone versus a landline. Typically the number itself is different. So many of them are just cell phones. Many of them are just, we know that I'm calling someone's cell phone. And only a couple of them actually had landlines where I think they're going to answer someone that's in an actual office. So many of the phone calls have been, one was great. I think my favorite was the phone answered, the guy called, starts ringing, all of a sudden, and all I hear is, he picks up the phone and he says, "Hang on." That was how you answer the phone. Hang on. The answer was, I'm not going to tell you who I am, that you called the right place or anything, but just hang on. And then I hear in the background him yelling at some poor guy named Bill is being yelled at by this business owner or whoever answered the phone. He comes back and goes, "I'm back," and then silence. Like I'm supposed to just know why I called or if I even called the right person. So every single time I say, "I'm sorry, I thought I was calling XYZ company," and "Oh yeah, you got it. You got that place." Like, God dang. This is frustrating. And this happened not just once. I'm telling you, this happened 10 times, easily 10 times with 10 different phone calls with 10 different potential contractors. And I'm not faulting the contract industry. Maybe it's just the guys that I called, but every single one of them was horrible at trying, at putting any effort into securing their business or growing it. And so this kind of brings me back to the reason why. Because these are also the same kind of business owners like this, which, by the way, can make drastic improvements, can make drastic strides with minor improvements to their business. But businesses like this and entrepreneurs like this are the ones who tend to struggle the most. These guys are answering the phone like this because they don't think they can afford to have someone answer the phone the right way. They're struggling because they don't think they have enough money to do these things. They can't afford to have someone answer the phone, or they think they're doing a better job. And the reason they think that is because they haven't taken the time to train any employees. Most of them don't have employees or only have one or two guys that hang around with them and operate the tractors or whatever else they do. And so this is not just a contract industry. I mean, this happens in every single industry, from our industries, industrial repair, to retail, to commercial real estate, to consulting and coaching like you're involved in here. All these industries have it. I know it sometimes when we first started out, we were doing those things probably poorly, just like these guys are. So I'm not faulting any person or any industry, but it just reminded me this week that frustration I feel from a consumer side, and I know the owner's struggling too. He doesn't want to answer the phone like that. He knows it's not the right way to do things to grow his business, but he doesn't know the next step to take to really grow the business in a way where he can afford to be one of the big guys, the bigger companies, and do things, quite frankly, the right way, the way that they should be done. And so that struggle is common to every industry, common to most entrepreneurs, especially when they're starting out, unless they know a better way to do things. And so the reason I'm saying this is because the biggest hurdle, one of the biggest things that's pushing us forward to keep doing this is that time is not on our side. It's time. Time for an entrepreneur is one of our biggest enemies. It's not on anyone's side. It's not on your side, not on my side, not on the side of any entrepreneur that wants to have a business, wants to have an enterprise that becomes anything of any kind of significance, has any kind of impact in their lives or anyone else's lives. Because quite frankly, that's why we do these. That's why we grow these businesses, to help others. The servicing and exchange of money is based off of helping others, right? But we don't have time to grow it like we want because we're not taking the right actions. We're not taking enough actions to do this. And so our biggest enemy is time. We always want more than we have right now, and time is a factor in every single one of those things. So we want more money, we want more employees, we want bigger office, we want to be able to help more people, but our restriction is typically time. We don't have it. So if you ever attempt to grow your business aggressively, you've probably tried many growth strategies, and they're all based on time. They're all frustratingly slow. They focus on, and the reason they're frustratingly slow is because they're focused on minuscule growth ideas. Growth ideas are strategies that result in minuscule or no growth at all. And they wind up taking more of your valuable time than it's worth it. So, or they even make promises that there's no way you'll ever achieve unless you've got all of the advantages of the person telling you in that specific industry. And that wastes even more time because then it's bad ideas, false starts, and you don't get the results you're looking for. So I'd like you to embrace the fact that you really can stop wasting all that extra time on things that grow too slowly and don't get you to your goals and your results, or overpromise and then underdeliver what you're trying to accomplish, or that they promise that you'll grow, but you have to have all these advantages on your side before they'll even be of any significance. The average growth rate of the normal U.S. business, the average U.S. business, I'm not sure what that average business looks like, but the average business, according to SBA, is only 7.8% per year. 7.8% is the average growth rate of all the 28.8 million U.S. businesses. And it's not enough. And that's why so many businesses are struggling, because that growth rate is just too small to keep up with the demands of the business. And so I'd like to introduce you to a little bit different way to grow things. And we call it the Massive Business Growth Formula. And if you're interested in learning anything more about that, you can go to drivingforcemastermind.com. We'll have a free growth strategy session with you if you'd like to spend some time with someone who's done this a few times, that actually helps businesses right now to grow in massive ways using the Massive Business Growth Formula. It's our master growth strategist, and that free phone call is yours for the taking. Just go on to drivingforcemastermind.com. Click on, I think it's a red button. Click on the red button, schedule a time, and you can have a call with our master growth strategist. He's going to try to help you on that call. It's not all about trying to sell you a service, although that will be offered to you. But what really is really trying to help you to overcome the obstacles right now that are stopping you from growing your business to the level you want to grow to. So talking about the Massive Business Growth Formula, the way to apply this formula, which when you have your call, you'll get out of this. The way to apply this formula is really in three different criteria for applying the formula. So we don't just apply the Massive Business Growth Formula to any business. There's a very specific way this is done. And the way it is done is in three criteria that we need to meet for us to know that it'll work for your business. So let's say your business wants to grow in massive ways. You're not satisfied with the 7.8% growth that most U.S. businesses are going through. You want to improve the business. You're just not sure how. And yeah, of course you could use some more money. You'd love to have the business revenue grow. Well, in order for that to happen, there's three main criteria for massive business growth. If you're missing any one of these criteria, then you're going to wind up with mediocre growth. So mediocre versus massive is what these three criteria do. So the first criteria, the business that you're going to grow must be leverageable, meaning that the business model that you're using to grow must allow you to put in a small effort and get out a really large output. Small in, big out. That's leverage. That's what you want to do. You want a business model that allows you to take action, preferably once, and continue to get returns on investment of your time and effort for a long, long, long time. Manual labor doesn't typically do this unless you can do the second criteria, which is, which I'll get into here in a second, but unless you can add leverageable assets. And that's where employees come into play, right? So you can hire one employee once and have them produce output for you many, many, many times. Of course, if you get the right employee, that is. So really what this is all about is the business must be highly leverageable, meaning that it must allow you to put in a really small input to get a really big output. Preferably a business model allows you to take action only one time and get returns many, many, many times. And we can even show you that if you go to drivingforcemastermind.com, fill out this, click a little button, give them a call, and we're happy to show you and help to identify what areas of your business are leverageable. The other business model, second criteria that will allow your business to get massive growth is called scalability. Your business must have the potential to scale to something huge. Not that you want to take it there, but it's got to have that potential. Otherwise, what's the point? If the possibility of the growth of your business is only 1 to 10, only $50 million, what's the point of growing it if you have no potential? You're not going to take 100% of market share, so you might as well get into a market that has the ability to scale really large. And then if you only get your small piece, you've still grown your business significant enough to where it can impact your life. So the business model, the business you're in must be scalable, meaning the potential growth must be really big compared to the input that you're going to put in there. And again, go to drivingforcemastermind.com, jump on a quick call, and we can identify if your business has the ability to scale to that level. And then lastly, the third criteria is that your business, whatever you're going to do to grow it, must complement what you're already doing. Now, not compliment by, I don't mean by saying nice things to it. What I mean is that it's got to be able to be very similar to what you're already doing. So if you're an attorney, you're certainly not going to go start a landscaping company. Conversely, if you're a landscaping company, you're sure not going to go and try to start practicing law. Your business should relate to what you're already doing. We have a number of business owners that are in landscaping. Some of our clients are in landscaping. And as a matter of fact, I talked to them a little bit about these calls this week. But in the landscaping business, they're adding things on that are complementary. Some of them are adding lawn services. Some of them are adding additional landscaping services. Some of them are adding what we call an expert course, which is just an information product to their business, teaching their clients how to do better lawn maintenance, how to grow the right flowers, how to take care of the yard, all these things. But it's a complementary business, even though it's a new model for them. They've never done information products, never done training. Who would think that you would start a training company and bolt it onto a landscaping company? Well, we would. That's the whole point of this leverage and scalable and now complementary, because it's serving the same customers. It's serving the same clients. So third business model, third business criteria for the models you want to grow your business with is that it must be complementary. Must be able to add value to your business by bolting it onto your core business and be very similar to what you're already doing, even though the model itself that you're using to generate revenue can be different. And you can go to drivingforcemastermind.com and we can actually give you some great ideas on if you can very easily bolt on a complementary business model to your company. And so really all these things do is they take your ideas that you want to grow, your drive to grow your business, turn it into a massive vision, connect it to the resources you need to grow, and then start to experience this revenue growth. It's not a very difficult formula, but you have to want to do it. If you truly want to do it, if you truly want to grow your business really quickly, you can go to drivingforcemastermind.com, jump on a quick call by pressing the red button with our master growth strategist. Have that call and see if it benefits you at all. I think there's a lot of benefits from talking to someone that's gone through it, to speaking to someone that understands all the different business models, to someone that understands that it must be leverageable, scalable, and complementary to your business, and seeing if in your industry there are some creative ways for you to grow your business to a massive level in ways you never thought were possible. They're out there. Go get them. All right, guys. Thanks so much for talking to me this morning, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.